Hello, entrepreneurs. Joe DeCharis, CPA extraordinaire, coming to you live from downtown Levittown, New York, Long Island, for another amazing interview with an amazing interview friend and partner and guest. And without further ado, let me introduce my friend here, Mrs. YanYan Labonete.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good evening, Joe. I'm good.
Also known as Marianne. Uh,
hmm
so, yeah, we got a lot to talk about. I know you have a lot going on. We have a big
Yes,
trip planned for December where I'm actually going to get to meet you face to face in live person.
yes.
I'm really looking forward to that. And you just had
hmm
participated in a really big event in the Philippines where you come from. And I wish I could have been there. It looked exciting. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah. Actually, last Sunday, there's an event. They call it Tribe X. It was being conducted by the freelance movement, led by Jan Pagulayan. So, actually, I've been into his group last year, in June 2021, and then I joined batch 11 this year. And then I attend already the anniversary last, I think July. Then finally they launched Tribe X. Is this for opening of the awareness of all Filipinos about freelancing? So it was a nice experience, amazing experience seeing all of those people offline. So lots of hugs and kisses and chit chat with each other. So it's so really amazing and awesome feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. I felt the energy all the way here on the other side of the world.
Yeah, I also met Bedrock, of course. Corinne, Jaja, and Luz. So
Yeah,
we're all happy
you
to see each
coined the
other.
phrase. You coined the phrase "bedrock babies," so they're gonna.
Yeah, I was
I
once.
I
Yeah.
love it, but we're sort of like reverse engineering this because if you don't
Mm-hmm.
know who Marianne Labonte is yet, you will get to know her on a first name basis because I believe that she's one of the trailblazers in the freelancing industry. I look at her and people like John and all the other uh, the trailblazers. I don't know how else to describe you. You're much needed, and I'll tell you why. Because there is a big problem in the United States with the accounting profession in particular, because that's where I come from, and with finding good help generally for all businesses. And
Yeah.
it's in the United States. I don't know what I haven't been to the Philippines yet, but it always was, you can't find good help. It was like a joke. But now
Yeah.
it's literally true. It's hard to find help. Forget about good help. And what I found, Marianne, was that
Mm-hmm.
there was a gold mine in the accountants from the Philippines. Uh, I've tried for decades to find good people, and it's not like they don't exist. They're here. They're in short supply, and anybody really good in accounting usually winds up having their own business. So
Yeah.
it's been tough. It's tough. It was almost impossible for me to scale my business until I found, and I didn't find the Philippines. I just want to make that clear. The Philippines has been there for a long time. My coach and mentor has been doing it for years, and he created a course on how to hire a VA. And
Mm-hmm.
my business has been skyrocketing and scaling ever since. And
Yeah.
so and I'm taking up this time because I think it's important for people to understand the background and the foundation of what you're doing, and people like
Mm-hmm.
John and Dan and Sharon and Sherry. I don't know why I always try to call her Sharon, but
Shari. Yeah. It's
right,
Shari.
Sherry. Uh, so what was I saying? Oh, so I started Bedrock a couple of years ago, and I started hiring accountants, and you came across, you went through the gauntlet of what I call the gauntlet of the Bedrock hiring
Yeah.
system. And it was created by my mentor, Larry Broughton, to filter out, the all these
Candidates. Mhm.
people that respond to help wanted ads. And you rose to the top. And I looked at you. First of all, you had the qualifications and the character, because we hire on character, not just on experience and what's on your resume. You had the character, and
Mhm.
what caught my attention was the fact that you had this Facebook group where
Yeah.
you were helping your fellow Philippine bookkeepers and accountants get into the
Mhm.
freelance industry. Now, at this time, Marianne, also known as YanYan, uh,
Yes.
I didn't realize what's going on in the Philippines. Okay, and we're going to get into that. But you had 1,500 people in this group, and it was all from your heart. You weren't monetizing it. It was all to help people learn what you had recently learned about being a freelancer. So can you
Mhm.
take us back to what you were doing before you were a freelancer and bring us to
Yes.
where you started that group?
Yeah, so yeah, thank you, Joe, for that wonderful introduction. But yeah, so just to give you an idea, where did I started, or what's YanYan before freelancing? So again, I'm just a typical, a corporate girl. Graduated up as accountancy, then went OFW, working abroad for 3 years when I was 26 years old. So again, I've mentioned that sometimes if we graduated, the first thing that we do is to have a job. This job is just to only to pay the bills, just to pay the bills and to support our family. But later on in your career, I realized you need a career that will be you will be happy and enjoying the surrounding of being on the corporate. But then again, I was when I was in a corporate way back 2017 to 2019. Although I'm really enjoying the work of corporate in manufacturing company, there's still missing part of my life that I really can't find what it is. I'm enjoying. That's why I jump into sales. I sell online Korean products. 2018 I started. Then that time I realized I have a sales skills back then. But then I didn't stop there. So I tried to sell some beach lot, and then some insurance where I have been hired as a unit head of one of the insurance company here in the Philippines. And then when I'm enjoying that sales, I'm looking for a financial and time freedom. So I don't
Okay,
want to be on the
can I
box.
just
Yeah.
stop you here, because you brought up something that I believe is very, very important for people.
Mm-hmm.
You've mentioned a couple of times you were missing something, right?
Yes.
You were doing this, you went from first paying your bills into corporate job, and you enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
That whole, I believe, is what I call the entrepreneurial spirit. Okay.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur, when we get a
Mhm.
job, we wind up feeling like we're stuck in a box.
Yes.
Is that how you felt?
Yeah, because for
Very-
me, I've been all yeah, you're so true. So job and career, and there's something missing in between that I really can't find. But when I after that, I realize I have a calling. We call it a calling. So I'm in a type of a person ever since that I'm so generous with a lot of people, time, eating, getting together, the value of friendship, genuine friendship and relationship. Even before I joined into sales, somebody, my previous manager told me, you know what, way back 2015, you know what, you will be fit in the sales. Sabi ko, no, that's why I took accountancy because I don't want to be on the sales. Then I realized she's so true. Then I didn't know that because she told me you're so approachable. You have a natural talent and credibility. You're very approachable, credible. miscongeniality. They call it miscongeniality. Everybody I can, I can get along with. So I even me in denial at that stage, is just enjoying what it is, so enjoy every moment. But then again, when the pandemic hits, aside from the income is fluctuating, or even it will go down because of
Zero.
the situation, so I
Yeah.
have to look for another source of income. I really believe that being employee is not enough, and I want also in my mind, of course, I want our dream is to have a business, right? So although again, I didn't realize freelancing is a business. It's just so happened that I have no choice that time, 2020. I remember when I was invited in Shari's group, October 2021, before accounting peoples. But November 2020, I'm always telling this, that time I was also broke. So when I'm praying, I pray to the God. I told him, just give me a passive income that I will do, and I will help in any way I can. So back then, I just pray and then look for resources. But then I go back
Okay.
again for
Okay. So
corporate.
hold on a second, because
Sure.
we hit these points that are very, very
Mm-hmm.
important. So before you met, I believe, Shari, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know anything about freelancing?
No, actually. So November 2023, there's a lot of in FB. There's algorithm that if you're looking for an other income, there's some feeds that how to do freelancing,
So
how to have
this
extra
is at
income.
the beginning of the pandemic, right?
Yeah, even before pandemic. So then
Yeah, yeah.
March 2021, I go back to corporate just to pay the bills again, go back for a job and a career again. But again, I'm not happy being in the corporate. So
So
I told myself
you found the freelancing concept, right?
2020, but I
Right.
just started March
So what
2021.
amazes me, and this is, and now we have a
Mhm.
lot of common mentees. Through you grew, and I don't want to spoil the surprise for people that don't know the story. But what
Yes.
I found is that you're not the only one in the Philippines that didn't know about,
Yeah.
really know about, because some of our team members didn't know about it. And that
Yes.
was sort of shocking for me, because I've been, I don't know if I called it freelancing, but I've been in the remote accounting and business world ever since we started the internet, just about. So that
Yeah.
was, kind of mind boggling to me. I said, how could you not know about the possibilities of working from home? But that's where you were, right? And all of a sudden now, it must have
Mhm.
hit you like, like, hello, there's a whole world out here, right?
Yes.
Where you can make money.
Yes, that's true. So of
Okay.
course there's an hesitation and again in denial. Oh, is this really working? Is this really true? How can I work online? Because again, the culture in working corporate is totally different from online. How can we work? What are the things that need to be prepared? But then again, yeah, just way back to the story where I started. March 2021, I go back to corporate, and then I got a first job, one of the tracking company in Texas. And then I just get $3 that time. I'm so happy that I get that as an extra income aside from my corporate. But then again, I didn't stop. I want to learn. I want to know how I can achieve, and the 6 digits that they calling in the post, that how can you work at home. So I am
So
so
you
desperate
So
yet.
you just started, and I'm sorry, I have to keep
Mhm.
stopping, because I want
Sure, sure,
people
sure.
to understand exactly what you did. You said
Hmm.
you went back to corporate, and then you got like a
Part
freelancing
time. Yeah.
part time, and you
Hmm.
started at a very low salary, right?
Yes.
$3 an hour, because you wanted to get your feet wet. You wanted to get the experience, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Because that's what you told me in the interview too, and I was very taken back by your
Hmm.
honesty, and
Hmm.
that's one of the reasons why we hired you. You're very
Thank you.
honest, transparent.
Hmm.
So go on.
Yeah, yeah. So I just started. at $3 per hour and then part time. Although I have a lot of mistake back then, I still don't know how to use the QuickBooks Online. Even I'm using QuickBooks Desktop, but QuickBooks Online is a different thing. So
I'm still trying to figure that out, and I've been using it since they created it. I don't feel that.
yes, yeah. So those hesitation and those fears I also encountered back then. So it's a normal thing that you really don't know what's really going on. You just have to to step in and then just learning by doing. So I didn't stop. I attend some free web. I'm always a fan of a free webinar. I join different kind of FB groups, listening every day. Every Monday, there's a motivational speaker who's talking about how freelancing changed their lives, how they do it. So every time I have the chance to listen for every free webinar, I'm there. So that's why, yeah. And then back then, and then I got another job in May 2021 as an executive assistant of the real estate company. That client is also first time to hire a virtual assistant. He also don't know. So
Oh
we're all
wow.
for us versus a newbie. And then I remember he asked me a question about QuickBooks Online, and I'm the only person who answer. Has satisfied on my answer. It's about what will be the disadvantage of the QuickBooks Online. So I answered for him. I answered it. He's so satisfied on that answer. Then he hired me for 3 weeks. Then I'm just doing the research about real estate, flipping. So at least I have a little understanding what's the business in the USA. So I have to research about a place in New York, for example, for the street or how rent roll. I don't know that time a rent roll, how to compute the rent roll, and those really researching on what is the income generating for real estate. It's like a flipping. So but then I'm not enjoying into that kind of task. So I asked him I cannot do this thing anymore. So I resigned for him for 3 weeks. But we're still friends anyway. We're doing chit chat once in a while. But then again I didn't stop applying, continue applying, improving.
Okay,
And
hold,
one
hold
time,
on a
yeah,
second because you keep throwing out. So there, I'm stopping you because there are
sure,
steps here.
yes,
There are steps that you took that if anybody, and you got a bunch of followers here,
thank
and
you.
I know because they're writing things in Tagalog, and I'm
Oh,
like
really?
oh yeah, you got to
Yeah.
see this. So if
Mhm.
you know, and I tell people all the time, that are my students, I say if you want to be successful, just follow what YanYan is doing.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, because you're if it works, you're living proof that this formula works. So
Yes.
you talked about being nervous and you just kept going, and that's coming out of your comfort zone,
Hmm.
right? So you that didn't scare you. I mean, it's scary, but it didn't stop you, right?
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
other thing that you mentioned is constantly educating yourself. So you're willing
Yes.
to step out of your comfort zone and constantly educate yourself. And I see even today you're still doing it. You still
Yeah.
do it. And more importantly, you're teaching people, which is a whole nother level of service. So take us down the rest of the path.
Yeah. So
And then
after
you
me,
the
yeah.
real
So
estate
let's
people. Okay.
thank you, Joe. Because I'm saying this and telling the story just to give them an understand that again, I'm just a newbie. So I know the struggle of those who wants to jump into freelancing. So that step is something that I can really say in majority. So from
That's
me,
important because they
mhm,
look at you as like, oh, Marianne, she's so successful. She's got a
yeah,
Facebook group. They look at people like John and Sherry and they don't realize,
what I've
uh,
been through.
they don't realize that it wasn't always easy. It
Yes.
wasn't, and you had to go through your own struggles. And I hate to tell you this, Marianne, it never gets easy.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
never, yeah,
Very, very true.
people, but it's the journey, right?
Yeah, it's
So
a journey.
now you got your feet wet. You want more of the
Mhm.
freelancing, right? So where do you go?
Yeah, so after that May, I'm all in the corporate. Then I started still attending some webinars on how to get client in Upwork, on Ninjas, reviewing my profile, changing my profile. And then there's a time, I applied in one of the accounting firm, again in USA. I really want the job working in accounting firm, but then again, I failed. I took a video that time telling about myself, but that time I also don't know how to do it right. So during interview, she asked me a lot of questions. But then again, I failed. So I told myself, what happened? What's wrong with me when
Oh my
I want
God,
that
you
yes.
failed?
Yes, of course, many
Oh
times
my
I failed. They
God.
didn't know that. They didn't know that. Maybe after 100 applications, even now, if you can see my applications, I still rat of rejection and just telling me, sorry, you're not not qualified or not good enough or fit for the role. So back then, it was
That's
so
that's not fun when you get rejected, right?
yes,
It
because
doesn't
there's
feel
some
good.
yeah. Yeah, and then I feel what's lacking with me? I know I'm confident, I know I'm qualified, but what's lacking? So that time I also didn't know. But then again, there's a one agency who trusted me and his friend in LinkedIn. And then I passed the interview in accounting firm in New York. There's a panel interview. That time I realized when you're in the panel interview and with the other client, the only thing that you need to do is just enjoy the moment. And when I joined the PFL, which is Jan Pagulayan, I remember June 2021, there's a script there that in 1.5, it's a 30-day blueprint, by the way. So 30-day blueprints of getting clients. So I'm so desperate to get clients that time. I really want to really be successful in this field. So 1.5 days, there's an email there that how you will ask questions. So that time, every time I have a learning, I apply it, learning by doing. So when I have an interview for July, so I pass for the accounting firm. There's a three interview or panel interview, and I pass. So that time I realized, all you have to do is just ask the client and then just listen. And then, yeah, and then just ask. If you don't know, you can ask. And then I have a colleague. She's also now member of the group. I'm still with her, and then she's so happy with me right now. But she's still there in that accounting firm. But anyway, so just she asked me to she helped me on how to do it. I have 6 clients that time. Imagine I'm working in a corporate 8 to 5, July
Oh, you still have your
2021.
corporate job. Wow.
Yes, corporate job, and then 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. I'm working accounting firm EST time. Imagine. So good
In
thing
your
it's the
spare
yeah.
time, right? Meanwhile, you got a family to support. You're
Yeah,
doing
so the 2 jobs at the time. So I'm just literally sleeping 3 hours a day for the whole month of July. I'm like a zombie, as an eye bag. So,
yeah.
but then again, I'm a type of person that I'm always posting my wins on social media. Then one time in LinkedIn account, my former classmate on MBA told me, you know what? You're good on getting clients. Why not build an agency? Yes, because at that time, after that, I can get clients. After that course with John Pagulayan, I have a lot of clients I gained from Upwork. It's around 17 when I total it 17
Wow.
clients that time. So, but that 2, 3 clients, and then after that, I'm being hired in Australian company part time. So what I did, I hired him. He's also living near in our house. So during daytime, he's in our house working for Australian company and me in the office. And then at night I have a work. So there's a 3 source of income that time. So there's corporate and then EST and there's a part-time in Australian. So when I got the salary that I want, I resigned on August 2021. I told my boss I'm going to resign because I got an opportunity online. And then, yeah, he's so happy and understand my situation because of my son. Yeah, from then on, August 21, I
So
started
now,
accounting people.
so now
Yeah,
you're free of the brick and mortar,
yes.
right? You work from home 24/7. You're in commit. You're not like you're free. because people think, oh, I'll start my own business, I'll be free. But
Yes, that's
you
not true.
you had control over your schedule, when you work, where you work. Now you can work, because I see you working on your laptop in a restaurant somewhere.
Yes. Anywhere I want.
Anywhere,
I'll
right?
just ask the guy, the waiter or someone, do you have a Wi-Fi? So
But yeah, so George, our friend George here is saying, where is the link? I don't know which link you're asking for, George. If it's the link,
maybe
I'll post.
she cannot. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna post a link. I'll do some self promotion here. I put the link up
Yeah, please.
for the workshop that you and I are going to be doing in December. But I want to give John some airtime here, because I met him once on our last interview,
Yeah.
but I could see what he's doing, and he's impacting a lot of people's lives. I didn't realize that he had done for you what you just explained, but
Yeah.
he's got a large group, and so what is his? Because he still does this
Mhm.
coaching, right, where he takes you through step by step, correct?
Yeah, there is a session in that group too. They call it Zero to CEO. It's a roadmap of the freelancing journey. It's a 12 months journey. That's why I told and then the main reason why he conduct that tribe, he told us that he wants to have a limelight, that opening awareness to all Filipinos that hey, there's a freelancers is existing, and it opens to everybody who wants to take another opportunity. And then I remember he said this is the platform for those people unrecognized, meaning unrecognized. It doesn't matter if you're 60 years old. Sorry for the number 60 years old and above. Disability, you're not graduated, you're a mom, student. It's open to everybody. You just have to learn, and that impact me is the word of helping people. This is really, I really want to take highlight, because helping people again, it will really save a lot of lives. And the purpose of giving you a talent. Yesterday we watched the whole video, and we are crying and realizations about those limiting beliefs into freelancing. So I'm also one of the very advocate of helping people when it comes to freelancing, because again,
So
opportunity is already there.
you don't just say that, and that was one of the things that attracted me to you. The fact that you started this Facebook group, you
Mhm.
had 1,500 people at the time. And I don't think you really saw, I don't know if you realized what
Mhm.
the doors you were opening. I think you might have had an idea, but to me,
Mhm.
you were just like, I want to help people. And I was like, oh, you have no idea what you started here. I saw it, and now, so fast forward, you it's not too long before you're going to hit 10,000 members, and
Yeah.
that was less than a year ago, right?
Yes.
You started when I met you, I think it was January of 2021, I believe. And no,
Yeah,
2022.
January 2022. I think
Yeah. Okay.
4,000 or
And
only 1,000 members.
so less than a year, you're over 8,000 members now. So that's, and there, it's not like
Mhm.
you have very active people. I know that they love you.
I
They,
know.
yeah, you really,
Thank
you're
you.
just starting out. You're just starting. So what you just said, and I think that's what John says, and that's what I think we all have in common, the fact that,
Mhm.
we all want to help people. And the more people you help, the bigger your income grows, right? I mean,
That's true.
it's not a surprise.
Mhm.
That was told to me a long time ago. If you want anything, help enough people get what they want, and you could get anything. So
Manual
that,
value.
yeah, that's another lesson, because it's not always about the money. Take money out of the equation. any chance you have to help somebody with,
People, yes.
because people help me, Marianne, my whole life. Some really influential people, and I never understood. I said, "Why are you helping me? I'm just a broke accountant." Yeah,
Yeah,
and now I know why. It was like, because that's what we all do. We help people.
mhm.
So where were we? So
Started
you
the group, the FP group last year, August
started the
13.
group, and so tell us about. So what made you start the group? What was the light bulb moment?
Yeah, because again, as a newbie, I'm also looking for, a support. Where can I ask question? I'm still the type of person. I'm a newbie, is always asking why like that? How can I apply? How can I win interviews? How can I, have a good premium client? So those things I want also being experienced by all newbies. And then I decided, why not? I can create a group where I can share all my files there in the file sections, and if there's an job opportunity, you can post it anywhere. If there's a questions, and then again, that's my initiative. I don't have any idea. I just want to have a group that I can lead. And good thing, there's when I ask if somebody can help me as my admin. So I remember there's 7 people in that first FB Messenger group that told me, yeah, I can help you. So that time I decided, okay, let's go. So I add the FB group, and then I told them, just add any people you want to join in the group with the same mission of being into freelancing. So it's a word of mouth. They just adding keep people, and then I decided to create a free webinar every month. Every journey, every lesson that I learned, I'm teaching QuickBooks online, how to optimize your profile for free, and then some learning materials. If I have any, I will share for free. Because me myself, again, that time newbie, I love free, right? So giving value back then, again, I realized the impact of giving value to the people. So that's also the key: marketing yourself, giving value, helping people, learning new skills. That's why I joined Bedrock, because on my mind, I really want to help the client in the US. What's the end game for them, which is the tax preparation. So just to sum it up, for 2021, we're having a good group. We're having a free webinar, and then I'm still learning, applying. I have a lot of rejection, and also client that didn't work. That's also my biggest mistakes, or you know trial and error that time. So I can get clients easy that time, August 2020, but some of my clients didn't work. So I documented all those things, that it didn't work because of the time zone. So I told, you can choose your ideal client. It
Well,
doesn't matter how
that's
much.
what you and I both believe. We both teach that. Uh,
Mhm.
and the fact is that you might you we because we take clients, and I have 40 years of experience doing this, and
Mhm.
we still take on clients, and it just doesn't work out for a lot of different reasons. Sometimes it's just a clash of personalities. It just because so I have clients that we part company, and we're still friends, and that's what I see you doing. you know
Yeah. Mhm. So
so
after getting clients, although some of the clients, this is, I also have my fault and flaws on that time. So that's why I told myself, I should not do that to any client, because getting hard of looking for a bookkeeper so hard and gonna change. So I told myself, so I can choose my ideal client. If the time zone will not fit and my requirements, I will not pursue my application. And then I told the client, I'm always telling that if I'm not fit, if I'm not qualified, can I vouch my group? I have a lot of bookkeepers on my group, and I'm always sharing this to every interview, because I want to know that you don't need to go anywhere. Even in my group, you can choose ideal people there. But for me, I don't burn bridges. That's I've learned from Bedrock and other my clients. I have still clients from Dubai that he really wants to see me sooner or later, and then getting referrals. So those things in marketing, I just collate all the the things that work for me, and then I'm sharing to the group. Again, it's not like a lie. It's a really a process, and something that works for me, I always share to the group because I believe this is really working. And if you follow what I've been saying, I can guarantee that you will be successful in freelancing. All you have to do is just listen and obey. Because I do believe being a good leader, someone you have to obey first, right? So also I have a mentor told me you have to obey first to lead a people.
Well, that's a skill that you have, and that can be taught also. And you
Mhm.
teach that as far as doing some research. Go up because today everything's available. You could find out about
Yes.
individuals, about companies simply by going on LinkedIn. So there's no surprises. Another thing, and your friend George has said this in one of our sessions. It's just like having a cup of coffee with somebody. You're having a conversation, right? And you're good at having conversations. And I think that's what holds people back. They get all in their head and they forget, you're talking to a person and they have a problem, right? So you are a solution, and that's what I saw. But then you had the audacity to resign on us, and
Yeah.
the best thing that ever happened to me.
I broke your heart.
Yeah, so at the time I was like, okay, that's unfortunate, but the way you did it was very professional. You said, listen, I don't want to hold you back. And, I could see that this is something that I have to be committed to, and I have other things on my plate, and I would rather, just leave on good terms. And
Yes.
and I was devastated. I didn't sleep for about a month. But okay. But no, it hit me. But I said, you know what? You have this Facebook group, and maybe we
Mhm.
can work together on this because I really, by that time I was sold on the whole on the Philippine community because it wasn't just you by then. I had already hired a number of people, namely Corrine, Luz,
Yes.
Janine. Janine was our first hire. Uh, so I was like, so you got 1,500 people in this group. Maybe we can do something together. And it's been like it was like a shotgun. It's like we put uh, these feelers out in the group, and we had 350 people register for the first free workshop just to
Mhm.
see what we were talking about.
Yeah.
And then 100 people showed up to the live event, which we couldn't even have more than 100 people in my Zoom
Yeah.
meetings. So like, oh my God, what is going on here? I had no idea. And there was a huge, huge interest. And these were all highly, highly qualified accountants. They weren't, people
Yeah.
that just wanted to learn the bookkeeping industry. And I was flawed. And I said, oh my God, this is like, what did I uncover here? And, uh, you know, the so since then, what I did was I dusted off my old course, my old bookkeeping course that I actually used to teach my own mother. Okay. Actually, I taught my mother and I said, oh, this works. And then I created the course around what I taught her. And all I did was I dusted that off. I updated it for the current laws. Bookkeeping hasn't changed since they started it. And over 50 of your followers actually registered for the course, and now we're on our third batch, Marianne. Our third batch.
Congratulations.
We had no congratulations to you because you started all this. It wasn't just me. You have a number of other people that offer courses through your platform. You're
Mhm.
changing people's lives. You're changing
Thank you.
people's
Thank you.
lives, and
Thank you. Thank
that's amazing. When you could show, somebody said once, if you give somebody a fish, you feed them for a day.
you.
If you
Yes.
teach them how to fish, you feed them
Fish.
for a lifetime.
Right.
And you're
That's true.
teaching people how to fish, and that is, there's no higher service, I believe, that you're
Mhm.
providing for your people. And it spreads, Marianne. You could see that it might start in your own neighborhood, in your own country, but there's a ripple effect, and it's rippling all the way through to the United States, because we have, like I said to begin with, we have a serious, serious problem in the accounting profession. And I'm not just saying that. I've thought this for a long time, but now almost every day in my email box, I get articles, not only from industry, but actually from the IRS, talking about the IRS in the United States now, they want to hire 87,000 agents. And I'm saying, like, where are they going to get them from? Maybe they need to go to your group, man.
Yeah. Just bring
And
it to our FB group.
yeah, so there's a bit. So the way I see it, I'm like, what you started in your group there is going to have a big effect on American businesses, because your people may be looking for a career. The people here need help. They need qualified uh, partners, team members. They're not just employees anymore. Or everybody. We have a team at Bedrock. Okay, we work together. It's growing, and that's what American businesses need. Uh, and you're one of the trailblazers. People like you and John and Shari and Dan Meyer, people that are opening eyes. They're saying, "Listen, look at the possibilities." And
Yes.
now what's happened, Marianne, and it was just from somebody asking a question in our class. They said, do you have to be a US citizen to be an enrolled agent? And this has become my mission now, because it turns out you don't have to be a United States citizen to
Six.
be an enrolled agent. And now, if you don't know what an enrolled agent is, it's somebody with specific IRS credentials that have to take a very difficult test. They have to jump through hoops. Once you become an enrolled agent, you could represent clients directly before the IRS. In other words, your client has a problem, you move him to the side, you say, I got.
Mhm.
And there's not enough enrolled agents here either. So it's become my mission to teach people how to become an enrolled agent. And that's what I'm going to come and talk about in December. We're going to lay out a plan to show people not only how to get an accounting job or accounting clients, but actually imagine showing people how to be an enrolled agent and earning $200 an hour, Marianne.
Yeah.
How would that
$200 per hour.
that'll change some people's life. Even $100 an hour. I mean, enrolled
Yes.
agents in the United States get I don't know. I have to do some research, but I'd say anywhere from 75 to 300, $400 an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I said. Oh, we could help a lot of people.
People.
And and help a lot of American businesses, because they need representation big time. So I think together we can help a lot of people. So
Yes.
now let's bring us to now. What is YanYan Labonete doing, and what do you have planned?
So yeah, again, continue get. I'm still into getting clients, of course, although because I have small clients, and good thing that again, building relationship with your client is the most important thing. I have already 1 year. My client. You know him. I'm already. This today is my 1 year to
Oh
my
wow.
client. Today I seen my Facebook memory. So for interview. So that time I remember I'm just giving value to him that time. That's why he hired me. Until now we're good. And again, one of my client give emphasize to again build the relationship, because one of my client introduced me to his business partner for opening another company and getting his books done, because we're so happy with my with how I did it. Although it's not a big amount of money that I charge, but again, I always believe that you have to help the client. It doesn't matter how much you earn, but the fact that you help the clients every day on those little tasks like payroll, billing the client, because he's even planning to invest in Philippines into real
Wow.
estate. The day that he said that, come to the Philippines and see the opportunities, because he hired a lot of BA in the Philippines as Amazon seller, FB. So he's now open to all to opportunities to build a business here in the Philippines. So those, it's like he's like my brother right now. It's just like a peers, a friend who's just helping each other. So I don't consider myself as a client. We're just friends, business partner, just like you always mention. And then yeah, you have to be communicate well, proactive, and then just be honest every time I had a mistake. Even now, yesterday I didn't, because I'm in the event. I was not able to build the client on the fifth, and there's no Wi-Fi in that area. So I said, my apology, I will not do that anymore. Next time we will build the client on time. So those things, that's just being transparent to the client that it really happens. But at the end of the day, you still build a good relationship. That's the key also in every business, not only into freelancing, in everything that you do, to the people you're with, you have to be transparent and honest, and they will not judge you as long as you're so honest and sincere on what you do. And then yeah, we have a event on December 10 and 11. I already invited my group last Sunday. I told them we have a lunch, and then I step up and I told them, just come. You want to see me again on December 10 and 11 together with Joe, John Pagulaya. Miss Shari is there. I'm with Miss Shari beside me, and then in the front of me, and then Lou. So I already invited them to join. So because for sure the Sunday event last time is so
Yeah,
short.
so I have a news flash for you. Last night, my team and I decided we're going to make it in one day. It's not going to,
Oh.
yeah, because they pointed out that some people will be traveling, so it'll be better. So we're going to have one big bash. It's going to be a full
Party.
day of,
Yeah.
hopefully changing people's lives. Uh, it's not going to be like the event you had. This is going to be a small gathering. We have 100 seats. Uh,
Mhm.
so it's going to be special. It's going to be special for me. I finally get to meet you and the rest of my team, and we got a lot going on there. We have a meeting tonight, and we have a lot of prizes and surprises for
Thank
you
you.
and for
Exciting.
everybody. So it's going to be fun. So let's go. What are your plans going forward? Do you have anything specific, or you just
Yeah, of course, now I started to register my business, because again, if you register my business, this is my way of also helping other people to grow. And not as a spoiler, I'll be working on one of the accounting firm in New York, and I'll be the operations manager.
really?
Yes,
Oh,
that's why this one will open again another opportunities to of my group. And I told them, if I did it, I'm doing this also for my group, that you really can go business with other client in the US. You can
well,
be
so
a
wait a
business
second.
partner.
You're going to be the operations manager for an accounting firm.
Yeah, actually, I already have a calling card. Maybe I'll post it
Wow.
later.
So that
But
means
I'm helping him. Yeah.
you're gonna have to visit New York.
Soon,
Yeah.
soon. And then that because again, that's important that that client with has same mission, because it's also into financial literacy, which is also my advocacy. Because my advocacy back then, somebody asked me, just to give you a story. Somebody on my group told me why you came into freelancing. I now I told myself, yeah, what's the reason? Because I believe on when I'm in the insurance company, the financial freedom is so deep to understand. It's not about all of the money. But then again, way back then, how can I provide the financial freedom if they don't have a job, secure job? So why not create a job and secure your family after? So that's I answered that that's my goal: advocacy, teaching, coaching, mentoring, and that way I think I'm the best of on that part. I'm not a course creator, you know that. So maybe you told me maybe you're into coaching and mentoring, because again, sharing something works for me is sharing experience, do's and don't, things that really works to become a successful entrepreneur.
Yes. So you're a treasure. I see. I'm a fortune teller. Okay, so I'll tell you what your future is. You have big things in.
Really?
Yeah, you got big. I saw that as soon as I met you. Who knows what it's going to be, but I know it's going to be big, Marianne. You're going to help a lot of people. If you look, you're only in this a short time. You're only in this for a couple of
One
years. It
year.
really hasn't been that long. I've been doing this for decades. So if you compare, like you're decades ahead of me, and yeah, I'm very glad that we have met, and we're gonna together we're gonna keep helping people, and
Yeah, thank you so
that
much.
you can't give me enough money to replace that feeling. I want the money, believe me. I'm an
But
entrepreneur like
yeah,
you,
but
but
more than money, there's a deep purpose
well,
lying in between. Yeah,
money, you know this, the money is a result of what we
absolutely.
do. And that's why, so sometimes I can't believe I'm getting paid to do this stuff, but and that's what it's supposed to be. That's what I learned from the Science of Getting Rich. If you're watching this, I recommend that book to everybody, which says that everybody should be rich. Everybody should have what you've discovered, Marianne, which is freedom, uh, and just freedom. There's nothing better. Financial freedom, mental freedom, freedom to be with your family, freedom to make your own schedule, freedom to go wherever. Think about this. I'm coming to the Philippines, and I'm not going to, I can still work. I'm still going to be in
Yes.
touch with my client. That's amazing. So that's what we do. I consider you're a connector. You're a gift from God. People like you, Shari,
Thank you. Thank you.
John,
You too.
you
Yeah.
just connect people. So any last words of wisdom, or words of wisdom, not last word, final for this episode? What would you like to share with you? Got a ton of people here. You're gonna have to get back.
They're watching. Hi, accounting peoples. My
Yeah. Oh
mentees.
God, I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever had.
Bedrock. I know you're watching Bedrock babies. Hello
You have
there.
some following here.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you're
So,
gonna have to get back.
last words, maybe the task of Jen Pagulayan for us after hearing those 16 stories. It was so inspiring. Even me crying all day on that event. And I realized we are so blessed to not share this opportunity. I told, yes, last night we slept around 12 a.m. last night for a free webinar I created last night. I told them there's no reason, there's no excuse for us right now after hearing those stories. It's about us who really took action. Every day is a blessing. So you're so blessed that you know the freelancing already as early as now, because I believe and I can really vouch and say 2 to 3 years from now, freelancing will be known. And good thing that you're here on the group or FB group or anyone who knows the freelancing. You're so blessed to know that there's a lot of opportunities. So, but again, John Pagulayan told us after hearing those stories, it's my task of all of us. Our task is to help other people to get away and look for this opportunity and help other business owners. So, yeah, business helping people is really the one. Really, I'm so happy to share always and excited. I will not get tired. I told my team I will not get tired of talking about freelancing, because in this way, this is my task also to God to help other people, to be a blessing to others. So just
Yeah.
like you, with the same mission, I know that our core values is to help. So because at the end of the talk, they told us at the end of the day, if you ask and you if you will die, what will you say to the world or to the people? At least I know when I died, I have a legacy that's said to the world that I did my part and I helped other and touch people's life. That's
Yes.
the life purpose and living with purpose.
God bless you. That's beautiful. So if you want to connect with Marianne, I just put your Facebook group link in the chat. There are other ways? I know you're on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, FB pages, I have freelancer Yan right now, and then yeah,
So
FB group.
how exactly do they just do a search? Marianne Labonte, YanYan Labonte.
YanYan Labonete, FB link in Marian Labonete, YouTube channel of course, TikTok, I mean TikTok also, and then yeah, FB pages freelancer Yan. I call it freelancer Yan. So all
So it's
of the
Labonte. I call you Labonte.
yes, actually it's Labonete, but anyway, Labonte you can call
Okay.
it.
Well, I have a
Yeah.
Brooklyn accent, so forgive me, but that's okay. All right, Marianne, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and yeah, I hope to see you soon next month.
What do you mean hope?
We will do.
I am going to see you
I'm
soon.
going to see you, of course.
All right, that's our
See you,
story.
see you.
We're sticking with it, folks. Over and out. Thank you for watching,
Thanks.
and we will see you again soon. Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you, Joe.